Hello everyone, I hope that you can hear me. I just thought I'd come on a couple of minutes early. I think I'm a couple of minutes early, just to make sure that the sound and the picture is okay. Good evening to Ben. Good evening to Andy. And to Valley 56 XX. Welcome everyone. Thanks for letting me know that you can hear me. I'm trying it on AirPods today. Just couldn't find the connection for my mic, so I thought I'd give this a try. Ben, you seem to be quite successful with the sound and stuff on your AirPods the other day, so I thought I'd give it a try as well. Good evening, Smallwood Junction. I will try and talk up a little bit if I can. I think it was just me being a bit quiet. Maybe if I raise my voice a little bit, it might help with some of the sound. I have got heating on up here as well at the moment, and then the sound of the locos in the background as well, so I'm hoping that maybe if I speak up a little bit it improves. Signal Cabin, welcome, and GWR Buckley, welcome to the stream. So thanks for joining everyone. It's been a little while since I've done a bit of a live stream up here. Obviously I've been out and about for the past week, and then also I've been working a lot over the Christmas period, just with my job being in retail and stuff. It's quite difficult to spend any time up here at all. So the little time that I did have yesterday to be able to do some, I managed to crack on with a little bit at least. So I'm just off camera at the moment, just getting some bits set up, get some more trains running and stuff. And I'll try and sort of keep up with the chat as people are popping in. Good evening, Simon. I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for asking. So let's see if I can get a couple more locals running. Should have tested this beforehand. Wasn't as well set up as I thought. The locos were a little bit cold as well. It's been quite breezy up here. Little Western Model Railway, good evening to you. Right, it seems to be up and running at the moment, so hopefully it stays that way. I will have to keep a bit of an eye on some of the locos. I'm running the mallards that I got for Christmas, and one of these carriages seems to be popping off the track, so I'll just have to keep a bit of an eye out on that. I hope that the sound has improved a little bit. I am trying to sort of speak up a little bit where I can. Oh, Addy, welcome and thank you very much for joining. And Ruben, welcome to the stream. Arthur Humphreys, welcome. Valleys, I will make you a moderator as well. Like I say, with this, or any streams that I do, please feel free to post any links into your channel, links into the chat, and then if anybody wants to subscribe, it's all about promoting here. It's good that you can get the subs up and stuff like that, and not subs to people already. I know that most people, we're all in the same sort of group, so we're probably already subbed already to each other. But feel free to check out anybody else's channels if you can. I'm sure everybody will appreciate the support on their channel. Can you just let me know if the sound's a little bit better? It's the Woodland Scenic Water. No, it's not Woodland Scenics products that I used. I used an epoxy resin called Ink Lab, and it's crystal clear. Resists yellowing, and it's got 40 minutes work time. So I'm just reading it off the packet here. And it was quite cheap online, but it gives quite a good shine to it. I'll pop it in front of the camera so you can see which one it was. So that's the one that I used. But yeah, one of those sort of did the whole entire river stretch down there, which is about sort of 4 foot and maybe about sort of a centimetre or 2 deep as well. So there's my bridge there that's floating in mid-air. Seems to have a train stopped. I think maybe the track needs cleaning on the DC line. Let's give that a little nudge, see if that's any better. Yeah, there we go. Speaking of using varnish, I've used it before. Right, I'm going to change out. Sorry, I was halfway through reading the chat then, but I'm going to change out this carriage there because this one keeps derailing and it's doing my head in. So unless I have to concentrate on the locos going around, the better. I was going to say it's always when you get to go live, like it's the first time that I've got the drink usually, so taking a bit of a risk. But it's bound to cause some derailment somewhere. Right, I think we'll give that a go and see what that's like. It's a Little Western. I will add you as a moderator as well if you want to pop a link into your channel. Right, so let's go back to the chat a little bit. Little Western I've added you as a moderator, so you can post a link to your own channel in there. So anybody that does come in, I will try and capture to see if you're a moderator or not, and then I will get distracted by the trains. I thought I hear it there. Yeah, derailing then. I think, right, so going back to the varnish, usually before it was executed, yeah. I mean, I did mine just after the heat of the summer and stuff, and obviously, because it was for the competition for the WWC Nicks, I needed something that was going to be quite quick. Otherwise, I probably would have used a cheaper alternative and stuff, but I'm sure if you're using varnish over like a cover underneath, what I did was use acrylic paints underneath, and then some sort of fine stones and stuff. So it just kind of built up that sort of little base layer beforehand. So the other side of my layout is an absolute mess at the moment. I've been doing a little bit of modelling and stuff up here. So I'm just going to have a little bit through the chat, see if I can see anybody else come in. Well, thank you, Simon. The layout has come on a long way since the times at the garage. You know, it's just over a week ago or so last year that I actually took down the garage layout and then started doing this one. So it's definitely a work in progress. I'm just going to move the camera around a little bit, come at a slightly different angle. I'll try and keep sort of moving the camera around and little different bits of different sections of the layout and stuff to show you some of the modelling. Annoying, but I might just leave it simple going around these characters. I've got some of those old triangle Thompson coaches and they just don't seem to stay on the track, so I'm probably going to have to look at changing the wheel sets out and doing the back-to-back on them. So I'll just leave the Mallard with a single Pullman. Or I might swap it out actually and just put on a few 6 plates on them. So Andrew says 2 parts resin and a blowtorch to get the bubbles out. Yeah, this one is a 1-and-1 mix. So it's literally you pour the whole of one in, the whole of the other, and then you're just stirring really slowly to try and not get any bubbles in. And actually, I think there was only one tiny little bubble that I can see, but because the base underneath is quite dark, it's actually meant that I've not needed to like heat it up and stuff. So I was quite lucky in that sense. So just going to catch up on some of the chat. Anthony Dodd just popped in. Hey Anthony, I hope you're doing well. Good to catch you on stream yesterday. I didn't get to pop on for too long, but it was good to see that you did finally do a live stream, and I hope you're keeping your chin up, mate. Another Shakino, welcome. Sorry I don't think I said hello to you earlier. I hope you're well. it goes silent, it's just because I'm trying to read through some of the chat. It's great to see that everyone's sort of subbing to everybody and stuff like that. Darren Faulkner, welcome to the stream. Don't know if it's me, but I can hardly hear you. Sorry, I might swap this out for the mic on my laptop. I'm trying to use AirPods, but I think I end up mumbling. I've got the heater going and obviously the train's going as well, so I don't know if I'm shouting, and I'm sure I'll get a bang on the ceiling if I'm being too loud. The A4's lost a few coaches. Yeah, I took them off because they kept derailing. The last thing I want to be doing is chasing the train around, picking up coaches when I'm trying to read the chat and stuff, so I thought, you know what, I'll just take it off. I'll probably swap out that local at some point as well. I did it off camera just so that I didn't have the handle in there. Brian, hello and welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I hope that you're keeping well. And Crossroads Point Junction Bernie, welcome to the stream. I'm gonna switch microphones. I'll take these AirPods out and I'll see if I can do it on the sound from the actual laptop itself. So bear with me a second and I will change this up. So with some of the background noise, I hope that you can hear me okay. There's going to be a bit of an echo, so I'll just turn my phone down. There we go. I hope that is better. Ah, good, much better. Woohoo! So I've got quite an old HP ProBook laptop, so I wasn't sure if the sound would be okay on this, but if I sit quite close to it and stuff, it should be okay. Oh, 156 Andrew, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. And Tim Maslin, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you're well. If the sound does dip out or anything, please just shout in the chat and I will talk a little bit louder. The train wife, hello and welcome to the stream. We've got one of the locos is just stopping on that corner there. So what am I running? So I'm running the Bachmann Class 66 from Bernie. I'm running the Mallard and also the Hornby King Richard II. Just with some BR teaks. The Mallard is just pulling a single Pullman coach at the moment because it kept derailing about 5 minutes ago. So I decided to take off some of the coaches. And yeah, that's yeah, she's my missus. Yeah, she's obviously watching in. Yes, Bernie, a very nice Class 66 as well. So thank you for sorting that out for me. Right, so let's scare everyone and put myself on the screen. Hello. My slick back, rather long hair where I haven't had it cut. Hi, Lee. Hi, Lee. Hi, Lee. I hope you're well. So just behind me here or here, you can probably see a little bit of the town scene that I'm working on. I'll move the camera around in a moment so you can have a little better view of that. And I'll probably swap out a loco as well. So Anthony's on the jokes. So Anthony, not Anthony, Bernie, did you manage to sort out the issue that you had with OBS earlier? Sorry, I couldn't help you with it and stuff. I wasn't really sure on any OBS stuff, and to be honest, I'm not really good at all of this StreamYard stuff either. But hopefully, you managed to get it sorted. Are you just going to go with StreamYard then? Just keep it simple. Apologies about this camera. It's not the best. It's just the one off the laptop. Ben, I love the Network Southeast stuff. One of the best liveries. Yeah, that's one of my favorite liveries too. The model that you can see on camera there is the Alima Class 47 with two Mark 1 coaches. I've just won off eBay another coach. Hopefully going to convert them for better couplings. So I'm going to look into maybe switching those out, and then I can actually run some of those carriages with other locos as well. So I'm just reading through the chat. Yeah, that's true, Bernie. Maybe while Anthony's here, he might be able to answer some of the questions that you've got on that screen. Because yeah, I wasn't too sure on what that setup was. Right, so I'm going to flick to solo screen. I'm just going to change this camera around a little bit. have a little bit of a different view of the layout. And I'm back. So I have been doing a little bit of modelling stuff. I've started building the low relief Metcalfe terraced shop fronts to start on the town scene at the back there. And you might be able to just make up in the corner where the houses are, there's a little tunnel portal there. Thinking of maybe making a low relief sort of bridge to house a road that will go through off the top of that and then into the distance there. So yeah, I just placed a little railway. I think it's like a Hornby single arch bridge there, just to kind of judge the size that it would be and stuff. And it's good to see that everybody is subbing to each other and stuff. Like I say, to anyone that pops in, just post your links in there. It doesn't matter how many times that you post it. If you want to promote what you're doing or an upcoming live stream or something, then please feel free to do so. Just having a double check. Yeah, I thought something had stopped. It's going to give a little bit of a track clean in this corner here. It seems to be a bit of an issue. It probably doesn't help that most of my track, apart from this main section that you see on the camera behind me, none of it is pinned down or has any cork underneath, or it does have a little bit of cork in places. So the running's not, fully stuck down. So sometimes it does move if I'm doing a bit on the layout and stuff like that. It does actually end up moving. I'll bash it and knock it, so the track's a little bit wonky and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, as I'm progressing around the layout and I'm working out track plans and all that sort of stuff, I'm just keeping it very temporary at that sort of end of the layout, just for now anyway. Model Railway Shed Dino. I think I just saw a comment. I want to do a live stream, but don't have the confidence in myself. Do you know what? I'm an extremely shy person. I still get nervous doing this now. But all I can say is that, the more that you do it, the better you'll become. This is only my fourth or fifth, well, probably my fifth or sixth actually, live stream and stuff. It's kind of just making it up as you go along. But, maybe a good idea is to join somebody on a live stream. That way you can just pop in, for 10 minutes or so and just get a feel for how it is and stuff. But, it is quite scary. And yeah, I'm still really nervous doing this and being on front of the camera and stuff. So you never know, though. You might be absolutely brilliant at it and surprise yourself. So, I'd say go for it. And, everybody in this community and stuff are so great. If there's issues in the chat or with the cameras and stuff, they do try and help you to solve any issues. They always give you like feedback and stuff like that. So it's a nice group of people to be with and stuff. So I'm sure that everybody would support you along the way. Oh, hello, Mystic. Thank you for joining. I hope you're keeping well. Where do you get your arches from? So the viaduct is 4 Metcalf kits, all put together, and the bridge that you see across the tunnel portals is something that I scratch built myself. So I'm just catching up on some of the chat and stuff. So I've got that blank look on my face. So the layout's looking good. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was my first time doing anything like kind of scenic wise. So when I was a child and stuff, I just made a few plaster Paris houses, not houses, like hills. I didn't really put any detail into it. And obviously, with my layout in the garage, I only really put down a kind of grass mat and a few stones and stuff. So I didn't really do any modeling. So it was quite scary doing all of this behind me. Um, there were some things that I would change. There's also um, quite a lot of positives in it. I had some good response to it, so thank you everyone. Um, but yeah, I think I'll sort of tweak bits as I go along, but I'm not going to get too carried away and rip it all up and start again. But I will just kind of add to it, and hopefully I don't kind of overdo it. How big is the layout? So the loft space here is 25 foot by 11 foot, but I've made the layout 20 foot by just under 11 foot in this section here. So I've got in this whole loft space. So the other side of the camera, there's a chimney breast, and then I've got another 25 by 11 foot square on the other side that hasn't been boarded. And I keep trying to convince the wife that I do need that space as well, which could then make it, nearly a 50 by 22 foot layout, which would be, lovely. But I think if she's still in, she'll say no, it's big enough already. Bernie, I'd like to join you on one of your Thursday night live streams as well. I think I'm off next week on Thursday, so hopefully I can actually come in and say hello on your stream. The emoji from the train wife didn't show up, but I'm sure I can imagine what that said. Don't tell her; it'll be our secret. Well, I don't think. I think it's quite hard to see the size of this layout if you're not up here, and she hasn't been up here to see it yet. So I think she'll be quite shocked. But when I've told her how big it is, sort of with the downstairs space, then I think she's quite scared. Is your layout DC or DCC? It's both. So the first track that I have where the mallard is running on, that's a DC line. And then I have a further, at the moment, 2 DCC lines. And I've still got 3 more lines to add in. So it'll be 1 DCC because I wanted to keep all of those locos that, from like my granddad and my dad and stuff. I wanted to be able to run those on my layout without converting them. And then I wanted to get into the DCC as well. So it will be a 6-liner with 1 DCC line. Smallwood. My wife is all for trains. Yeah, my wife had to or took me away for a week, and we did everything train related. So I think she she said that she enjoyed it and stuff. I was trying not to sort of overdo it too much. SJ Dusty Pup, welcome. Thank you for joining. Anyone used Perspex on their layout? I've seen Alan at Dragon Junction use it on his. Just curious because I think it might solve an issue I have with my lift up section. I think, to be honest, since he's had that section in there, I think he did have a wooden one before, but it seems to be quite sturdy and stuff. And I suppose you're not going to be having any issues with it warping or getting damp in it or anything like that. So I imagine it'd actually be quite a good idea to use the Perspex. Bernie, that's £5. What is that? £5 to join your stream? Can't afford that. Mystic, I've just seen that you're not a moderator, so I'll just add you in as one as well. Digger, welcome to the stream. I hope you're well. Thank you very much for joining. I've just seen there's 30 people in watching, so thank you very much to everyone for popping in and seeing me make a mess of a live stream. Mark Wilson, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much, Lee. I'm going to take myself off this camera. I'm going to swap out a loco. So just put myself on a solo one there. So I'll take off the A4 and just run the Q6. So on the Q6, I have added in my Swanage Railway wagon that I got. You might be able to just see it going off there. So hopefully I don't have any derailments with this one. I'll just keep an eye on it for a little bit. Excuse me. I hope there's no echo or anything. I can hear my camera down the very bottom there. Dan Holland, thank you very much for joining. Good evening to you from Cornwall. It's nice to see Network Southeast trains. And there's no echo. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, I went to the Swanage Railway and saw that Class 50 in the Network Southeast. I vaguely remember some Network Southeast trains. I was born in 83. I think it was around 86, 87, if I remember rightly, the Network Southeast trains were running. So, yeah, it's kind of a livery I sort of remember as a child. But it is one of my favourite liveries. It's one thing I do like about this Hornby Q6 that I got last year for Christmas. It's such a smooth runner. I've had no issues with it at all. '83 was my second year at uni. I wouldn't have thought it. Dan, I remember them through Dover, Folkestone area when I was a kid, going along the Warren from Folkestone to Dover. It was a brilliant train ride. Has anyone done it? Maybe I don't know if you know or go onto his streams, but Alan from Buckland Junction, he's from around that Dover area and stuff from Folkestone, so he probably remembers them. Just realised I'm frowning quite badly there. Oh, yeah, Dan, yeah. Yeah, he probably remembers them travelling around in that area, or might have even travelled on him himself. But yeah, he created such a great layout with the cliffs there and those tunnel arches that go into the cliffs and stuff. They look good as well. The age competition begins. I've started something now. Right, let's move this camera maybe up the other end of the layout. So I'll switch it to solo again. Try not to make everyone ill. We'll go there for a minute. Dylan Shepherd. How are you, sir? Hope you're well. Thank you for joining. So SJ is asking, has anyone purchased anything from the TMC January sales? No, I've not personally myself. I've almost spent all of the birthday money that I had, and yeah, I won't be purchasing anything for a while. January is always a long month. Obviously, the bills all come in after Christmas and stuff like that as well. So, yeah. Andrew says, "Are you going to Glasgow? I take it that's the Model Railways Scotland. No, I won't be able to go to that. Quite a distance for me to travel, and yeah, February is quite a busy month for me with work and stuff like that as well. Getting the time off work, yeah, it's quite a long way for me to go. I hope to be just doing a lot more sort of local shows. So I'm hoping this year, after my third attempt or second attempt, I'll get to Gets. I'll also do a couple of local ones as well, and then I'm mostly going to be probably visiting some like heritage sites and stuff, just for like kind of ideas and stuff for the layout. I think with going to these heritage sites and stuff and some of the museums, it's really given me a lot of ideas on like buildings, weathering, and all that sort of stuff. So I'm trying to build up a collection of photographs so that I can actually start using those ideas when I start building more parts of the layout and stuff. So yeah, that's my idea, is more to do sort of research in that terms rather than going to loads of shows up and down the country. So, but I will probably go to, Gets and Ali Pali because they're quite close to me. Bernie, yeah, definitely. If you're going to go to Gets and stuff, I'm sure we can organise a meetup and stuff. The first time I tried, there was a fuel strike on, so I couldn't go. And then the second time, I think there was a rail strike, so I couldn't get there as well. Oh, so you ended up ordering a Bachmann H2. I mean, they do have some. I have had a look through, and they do some good bargains in there. So if you get in there quite quick with the sales and stuff, I'm sure that there's some good bargains to be had. Ali Pali first, who's up for that? Yes, I'm definitely up for Ali Pali. When is that, Andy? When is the Ali Pali one on? Oh, there's another one, Worley as well. I tried to get to that one, and there was a rail strike for that one as well. But Worley would be a good one, Tim. But yeah, didn't think of that one. Maybe that could be 3 then. I do. Late March. Oh, I might go on the website actually and have a look at that and see if I can book some tickets. Find out when that is. I think Ali Pali from here. So if I went from maybe Amersham into Central, it's probably about what 65 minutes or so. I think I went to the Transport Museum in Central London, and that was about 65 minutes. So Dan says, I've been following a channel. You've made some real since you started, but this is my first live stream. And you've made some real progress, and the cruise is looking great. Oh, thank you very much, Dan. I really appreciate that, and thank you for your support as well. I really appreciate it. Bernie, I think Andy said it was in late March. So, Tim, did you go to the Worley event, or the last one that they did? There was sort of a little bit of like mixed reviews on it. I heard some people really enjoyed it and thought it was great. Others thought it wasn't as good as it has been. If you went, what did what did you think of it? I mean, to be honest, it's all railway related stuff, so I'd probably, no doubt, enjoy it anyway. But going to Bernie's off to Cape Verde in April. Very nice. Oh, so Anthony, you're going to a show in March as well. Oh, that sounds good. I will. I'll keep an eye out for that. So Andy says it's the 18th and 19th of March. Okay, that sounds good. At least it's over the 2 days. I've got a bit of a chance in trying to get that. The last one, I was impressed for the most part. A decent mix of traders and layouts were good. The kid with N-gauge layout was the standout for me. Oh, awesome. Food is expensive to take a packed lunch. Good point. More money than you can spend on railway-related items. Wasn't there somebody, Brian, that was paying for? Was it a Curascale or someone that said that they would pay for parking or something? I can't remember. Maybe I read that wrong. But I'd have to travel by train on that anyway. But since I changed the track, so the train over and stuff, nothing's derailed so far, so I'm doing well. I'm going to find where I put my drink. No alcohol for me tonight. It's just the bit of Lucozade to keep me going. I'm back to work tomorrow evening. Back on the night shifts again. So I'm going to be doing 4 days straight. So it's going to throw my system. I've just had 10 days off. So it's going to throw my system all over the place. And Loco Leighton, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you're keeping well. I see you've brought Big Boy as well. I was watching Alan's from Dragon Junction that he had one, and I saw that you had one as well. I did put a like on it, but I forgot to post a little comment on it. Bit of a beast of a loco there. GWR is waiting for Making Tracks in Chester. Oh, Making Tracks 3. Stephen Cameron, hello and welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. I hope that you're well. The Big Boy is probably too big for my layout. Yeah, it does look an absolute beast of a loco. But fair play though. Oh, Kato are doing a Big Boy as well. Oh, that's cool. Nice one, Ben. I look forward to seeing that on your channel. Oh, another loco stopped. So it's always when you hit live, isn't it? And then I stand up and it moves. Right, I'm going to move this round a bit, so sorry if I make everyone a bit sick. Just trying to give some slightly different angles, keep it interesting. Stephen, I'm supposed to do night shifts this week, but the weather might put the mockers on it. I wish that the weather would stop me from doing night shifts, but the only thing with night shifts and stuff is it pays really good money. So for me, I get a decent premium for working a night shift and stuff. So that's the only reason I'm doing it at the moment. It doesn't do much for the social life, but yeah, it pays well. And Clydebridge Station, hello and welcome to the stream. Like I say, guys, if you want to add a post of your link, I think everybody should be moderators on here. And if you want to post up your channel or any video that you might have or an upcoming live stream or something that you want to post in the chat, then feel free to do so. I think everybody's probably sub to each other already. But yeah, it's good that maybe there's a few faces that people haven't gone onto their channels and stuff. It'd be great if you can support them. Let's see if I can move this laptop one around a little bit. Oh, the clock ticks twice on a Sunday. Oh, I remember the days of double pay. Unfortunately, our company's taken away double pay now. But any time that I do extra, I can actually get like time banking, so I can actually take a day off. So if I do one extra shift, I can actually take that off another day. So it works out quite nicely. Although I do like the money. Seattle Carlisle 68. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. And thank you very much for the congratulations on the 1,000 subs. Brian, no need to apologise. Fixing locos, that's all good. Something that I need to do. I've got a little stack under here that I keep meaning to get things done and sorted out, but I never seem to get around to doing that. At the moment, it's all just kind of building up this section. So I've kind of neglected any maintenance on my locos and stuff. So it has, Clydebridge, you're talking about weather and stuff. It has been quite windy. I mean, when I was down at the Swanage railway, you could probably hear the wind on some of my videos and stuff. It was like 60-mile-an-hour winds and stuff. I've got a little video of the sea and stuff, like crashing against the wall and splashing up everywhere. So yeah, it was really windy. And then, you know, I was trying to film trains and then it would just absolutely pour down with rain. I was absolutely soaked, but it was well worth the visit. But yeah, that was really strong winds and stuff as well. So apologies if some of those videos were a bit sort of, I would try to get as much of the sound as possible of like the Class 50 and stuff. But obviously with the wind and stuff, it just made it quite difficult. If it was a nice summer's day, I'm sure it would have been a lot better to hear. You deserve more than 1K subs. Oh, thank you, Addy. That's really appreciated. Yeah, I don't know what it is. With channels and stuff, sometimes they just absolutely thrive and gain subscribers really quickly. I mean, for me, yes, it's hit a milestone, but that's not, you know, the be and end all really. I was quite happy with sort of sitting around a couple of hundred. It was for me was making this like community. Like I really enjoy watching people's live streams. I don't always get to join in for a long periods of time. Sometimes I just join when I'm at work and stuff, so I can only kind of like listen in. Um, but yeah, it's all about the community. There's some great people out here. Um, it's really nice to chat with everybody, and I think Captain Static has joined. I've probably missed you coming into the chat while I was rambling on. Somebody said hello, Captain Static. Stanover Model Railway. Yeah, it was a bit of a spare of the moment thing. Kind of sort of sat there this afternoon and thought, why not do a live? So I asked for permission to do live, and yeah, I've been able to have a couple of hours on a Saturday night up in here. So yeah, I'm hoping that every other Saturday I can do these live streams just to kind of get back into the swing of it. I did say that I was going to do one every other Saturday, but then I ended up working 7 Saturdays in a row, so I couldn't actually do it. But yeah, I'm hoping now I can make this more of a little bit of a regular thing. Hoping to get to see my first Steam Loco of the year on Seattle and Polo next Saturday. Oh, that sounds great. I mean, for me, there wasn't much open in January, and my wife said to me, what would you like to do for your birthday? And I said sort of railway related stuff, but unfortunately, most of the places that I wanted to go to, like the Severn Valley, the Bluebell Railway, the Great Central Railway, they had no events on. Obviously, with it being January, everything is closed, and Swanage was the only place that had anything running, and I was really pleased to go. Actually, it wasn't overly busy. It was, yes, it was cold and stuff, but it was nice to sit down at some of the stations and stuff and just watch a couple of trains coming in. Had a nice bit of lunch and a little look around the town, and so I didn't sort of just stay on the railway. Had a little bit of a walk around and a break from it as well. But it was just really nice to go to, and I didn't go to very many of them last year. I think the only place that I went was Didcot, so it was nice to get back out for a good way to start the year off. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, I did try to capture as much of the actual sort of gala itself. I've still got another couple of videos where I haven't actually posted all of the content on there. So I've still got a little bit more to come out on those. I'm just releasing them slowly over time. I've also got a visit to the Transport Museum, so there's some London Underground stuff, and also to the Swindon Works Museum as well that I went to. Have I ever been to York National Railway Museum? No, I've never been. I was going to plan to do it in my week where I was sort of traveling around to different places, but it was a bit too far to travel. We've done over 500 miles, sort of going down to the south coast and then over to Swindon. So it was a bit too much to drive another sort of 150 miles to go north. But there's definitely something that I want to do is go up to the National Railway Museum. There's also a gentleman called Will from Hertfordshire Railway. He lives up near York, and he said about meeting up there and that as well. So yeah, I would like to go, definitely. I mean, I've watched a little bit of YouTube. Um, people taking videos of sort of the National Railway Museum and stuff. So yeah, I've seen a little bit online, and it definitely does look like a good place to go. The Severn Valley Railway. Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. There was I think they're doing some track maintenance work there at the moment. But I'm definitely want to go to the Severn Valley. Yeah, the Bluebell, Severn Valley, and also to the Great Central. I watched. Was it that model railway guy? I think that's the right. But he just released a video about the Great Central, and it looks really good. I know they do some really nice events and stuff there as well. So anybody else got any plans for this year? Are they going to any sort of heritage sites and stuff like that? Like I said before, I found it really inspirational for some of the stuff to do with like the towns, and so a few ideas around stations and all that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, it's definitely something that I'll want to be doing again in the future. I'm just going to switch it to solo for a minute and then put a different angle on it. We have a great big tree in the way now. See if I can move it up here. Apologies for the camera work. Maybe I should have switched it onto the other one. See how we go with that one. Oh, nearly knocked the laptop off the side. God. Oh, Double O Heaven. Thank you very much for joining. If you want to be seriously impressed, try Chernut Valley Railway. The S160 is excellent. I've not even heard of that, but I'll have a look at that. Yeah, SJ is definitely. I mean, there were so many people taking pictures, like in like different locations. So there was bridges along the route, like near Corfe Castle and stuff, and they were getting some really amazing shots of the trains and stuff. I've seen some of the stuff that they posted online, and yeah, some really nice some really nice visits, really nice places to visit in that area, especially if it's a nice day as well. So with Crew, is that the one that Jason went to at Barnabas Junction, the Crew site, or are you talking about the kind of mainline station that they have there at the moment? Because I think, isn't there like Crew Works or something that you can go to? Thanks for joining the stream though, Double O Heaven. I really liked your video earlier with the funeral directors. I've added you as a mod as well, so if you want to post up a link to your channel, you feel free to do so. I've just done that now. So Mark, I should be going to the Bluebell Railway branch line weekend in April, all being well. They've got the NY Pug from the East Lancashire Railway as one of the visiting locomotives. Oh, that sounds good. I'm gonna have to plan out when they've got events and because I work one weekend on, one weekend off. So actually, I'll be able to see if I can make some of these events as well. So if I ever do go down to some of those and you guys are actually down there and stuff, I'd love to do a meetup with you. Or equally, if you are, let some people know or something. It'd be good to go and meet some people down there and say hello. Oh, the Crew Heritage, right. Oh, okay, yes, fine. Yeah, I got a little bit confused there. I wasn't too sure. Well, it's getting a little bit chilly up here. I keep like huddling into my jacket. Nice. I'll be getting set up like that when I start my new loft layout later in the year. Oh, that'll be interesting. I look forward to following that. Thank you, Lee. I'm a little bit rusty when it comes to doing any live streams. Like I say, I don't often do them, but it's been nice to come back on camera and have a little chat with everyone again. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining. It's really been appreciated. You all popping on. I know what it's like sometimes that people don't always get to see the community posts and stuff like that, but I thought I would just try and put it on there as well. Andy Dobson, welcome. Hello, thank you for joining. I hope that you're keeping well. Yeah, it's the good thing about doing a bit of a live stream. It's kind of off the cuff, just sort of chatting to people, saying hello. If anybody's got any questions they'd like to ask me, please pop them in the chat. Just going to move this camera a bit. Here we go. Shall we? See how that looks. So Mark says, I have to work every Saturday, so it doesn't make it easy for me to go down to events, but I do try and book some time off as holiday. No, that's the only thing with retail, Mark, isn't it? Sometimes you have to work weekends and stuff like that. I'm quite lucky being a manager in retail. I can kind of pick my weekends when I do and don't work. I mean, yeah, the live streams are great to do. I do really enjoy them and stuff. I don't really obviously plan anything that I'm going to say. But Ben, yours was brilliant, mate, and you wouldn't tell that you was nervous at all. Nice job on the scenics. Thank you very much. Like I say, first time I've ever done any sort of scenic work and stuff like this before. It's always a bit nerve-wracking showcasing your work and stuff, but it's all trial and error. So reading in on the chat. It's not the camera freezing. It's just me going. So Lee says he likes doing more lives than videos. To be honest, I quite enjoy doing the videos and stuff. You can kind of edit out all the bits that go wrong and stuff. You know, with live streams, it's a bit hit and miss on how your locos can be. But then I suppose you're showing how things really are. Not everything stays on the track when it needs to be. But I always find that my locos run absolutely perfect until I start filming, and then something will happen. But I do quite enjoy doing the videos because you can space it out. There's no real pressure to do a massive video. Sometimes I film it over 3 or 4 days and then kind of spend a day editing it and stuff like that as well, or just in between like my work breaks and stuff like that, I'll do a little bit of editing and stuff. So I'm kind of take my time with it, and I always try and do it, you know, like one video a week or something like that. So I think for me, I kind of prefer videos because I can like bank them up and then just release them slowly. Whereas live streams, I think I would enjoy it more if I had all of the time each week to be able to do it. I'd love to do it as a regular thing each week, but unfortunately, I could only ever do it really on a every other. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that, Mark. You know, I know it is a bit tough and stuff, and I think, you know, from past experience, you know, and working in retail and stuff, unfortunately, like weekends are the busiest time period, so I can kind of understand why they've asked you to do every weekend, although it is a little bit unfair to be having to work every weekend. So, yeah. Um, yeah, yeah, Brian, I totally agree. Um, it does take up a lot of time. You know, I think I'm only going to go on till 9 o'clock today because I'm not sure if Bernie, if you're still here, if we're actually going to do a live stream. But I was only going to do sort of 7 till 9, just kind of say hello to everybody, show everybody that I am back up in the loft and stuff. Sorry, I'm just reading something on here. Clybridge, Mark, may I ask where in retail you work as a manager? I work in WH Smith, which explains why I have WH Smith at the station and the low relief shopping centres. Ah, okay. So I'm a manager for Waitrose. So I was going to add in a little sort of Waitrose convenience store or something because I've got some of those low relief shops and stuff like that. So I was thinking of adding a little one in there. So so Bernie's not doing a stream tonight. Lee's doing a live stream tomorrow. do is get the Gauge Master Ford Hampton supermarket, which comes with Aldi signs, and rebrand it to Waitrose. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll have to have a look at that. Find a pen. I can write that one down. Find something to write on it. So was it Ford Hampton Gauge Master? Okay. Cool. Thanks for that, Clybridge. I'll have a look into that. Leah, I will try and wife's made a note for me already. Thank you very much. Scott Midcarp was my late first coach with the Look Gelly Co-op. I think it's nice to add some sort of personal touches to places that you've been and stuff like that. One of the Metcalf terrace shops has got the model shop on it. I went to Dunstable during my week off, and unfortunately, the model shop I used to go to as a child has closed down. But yeah, I'm still going to kind of like model that. I've never heard of the Gauge Master stuff. Adino, you said it's good stuff, so yeah, I'll have a look at that. That's something as well that I need to look at. Is with this section that's in front of me is going to be obviously my fiddle yard and stuff. I have got one Model Lux 4-road engine shed to build. So that's going to house some of my steam locos, but I'm also wanting to look at something for the diesel trains as well. Jay, thank you very much. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I hope you're doing well too. Really. Thought Alan might have popped in tonight. Anyone heard from Alan, or if he's going live tomorrow? Mark, do you know if he's going live tomorrow? I'm just going to have a quick drink. So let's mix the camera up again. Give it a bit of a different location. Go up there. There we go. That's a little bit of a higher up. Kind of sort of see a little bit of the size of the layout there. Let's go back to the. Some of us have an email address in the about section. It doesn't have to be. Another tip: some of us have email addresses in the about section. It doesn't have to be business inquiry to just say hello. Yeah, I mean, I've got my email address for my Hemel-Down stuff on my about section as well. So, Clydebridge, Mark just sent you a friend request on Facebook under my proper name, and also messaged you the link at the Gates Manchester supermarket. Well, thank you very much, Clydebridge. Because I'm using my main phone at the moment, let's put me back on a minute. There we go. It's a bit more personal. So when I don't use my phone, when I stop using my phone, sorry, and go onto Facebook, I'll accept your friend request and stuff. So it's not that I'm ignoring you now. He probably doesn't know that you're live tonight, Mark. I presume that he will do a live tomorrow, but I haven't spoken to him for a few days. I've been at work. Okay, no worries. I just wasn't sure if maybe you'd spoken to him over the last couple of days or something. But yeah, I'm sure he might pop in at some point. I'll switch that to a solo. Yeah, that's got quite a nice sort of quite a nice camera angle there. Yeah, I'm Clydebridge. I'm on your I'm subscribed to your channel, but I didn't know it had a Facebook page as well. So if you I'll search that up on Facebook as well. So I don't know if you've seen on my profile, I've got a different symbol. So I've got it's a black background with Hemel-Down Model Railway with a train and an arrow and 2 stars. So my wife designed me a little logo for my channel, and also to get myself a t-shirt and a hoodie as well. So I got that as part of my birthday present, and also I got some sort of upgraded package where I can create my own website and sort of like mugs and stickers and all that sort of stuff as well. So I thought it was quite funky. Just looking at so Jay's just looking at the electrics, how to do them for my new layout when it arrives. Nice windmill. I just did one for my TT scale and motorized it. Yeah, so this one here is the Dapol windmill. I haven't stuck on this front bit; it's just resting in place because I want to actually motorize that as well. And it was Loco Layton that had a windmill on his channel when I first sort of subscribed to his channel, and I thought it looked excellent. And it kind of reminds me of the what am I trying to say? The Thomas series as well, the little windmill going around.
So I'm quite looking forward to getting the track work done on the top of that viaduct and stuff. It'd be quite nice that where I have to sort out this bit of track in the middle where the class 47 is. Once I get that all sorted and ballasted, it will tie this section off quite nicely. Okay, Jay, I'm subscribed to your channel, but I'm not sure if I've maybe turned on all notifications, so I'll definitely have a little look at that. The Bluebell branch line weekend is on the 21st to the 23rd of April. If you can make it, let me know, and maybe we can arrange to meet up. If not, maybe I could meet up with you another time. Yeah, that would be great, Mark. If the train wife is still here, if you could just make a little note of that date, and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, I'd definitely like to meet up, Mark. That would be great. Let me see if I can move that camera back a bit and you'll see a bit more of the layout, or if we can go a little bit higher. There we go. I can see a little bit more of it there. The start of the top section up there. Notes taken. Thank you very much. So just checking in on the time. So it's what, 8:30 now. So I'm only going to go on till 9 o'clock. What's the network selfies 47? So it's a Lima model. Let me just check the number. I'm no good when it comes to loco numbers. So it's 47579. James Nightingale, which I'm told is something to do with a guy that rescued a train that was about to explode or something along those lines. I can't quite remember, but I think that's what it was. So I think there's a loco that was named after him. The reason that the Class 47 is stationary there is because the track that it's on is just being laid. Just needs to get the holiday time off her. If not, it would be great up to meet with you, Mark, at some point, either before or after. Yeah, definitely. Or I know that my wife has a friend down in Dover, so maybe if I ever go down to Dover, me, you, and Al could meet up or something like that if he's up for it. What got you into model railways? I only really started 3 years ago during COVID. Um, so since I was about between the age of about 6 and 14, maybe nearly 15, I built 3 or 4 layouts. So I did about 3 with my dad, and then I started one with my granddad. Unfortunately, he passed away, and then I've boxed everything up, and everywhere I've moved between the ages of 15 and 38, I kind of just kept it going with me, and it was during COVID that I started finding with COVID. Sorry, I got really ill, and I actually put my back out, which they said was linked to COVID. And I was laid in bed for nearly 3 weeks, and I just started searching on YouTube model railways, and the first one that came up was Chadwick Model Railway. So I set up a YouTube account and I subscribed to his channel, and I binge watched everything to do with his channel. So I've watched every single video, and then what it sort of recommended other channels, and it just grew from there. And I kind of sat there and thought, you know what, although I felt ill, I really enjoyed the time watching the trains, and it kind of brought back all those memories of as a child, building the layouts and feeling really happy and stuff. And I thought, you know what, I don't have any hobbies now, at this point in my life. Um, it was all sort of just work and family, and I wasn't really socializing with people. And I started joining a few people's live streams and watching the videos and all that sort of stuff. And I think that's what really kind of kicked it off for me and wanted me to get back into it. So, the beginning of my YouTube, I just made a little bit of a space. I found an old metal frame and a wooden door, a little bit of plywood, and just stuck a little bit of track down. So all the track that I had from when I was a kid, I scrubbed it all up, got some of my locos working, brought a cheap Hornby controller, and just started to have a little bit of fun. And I think I started then interacting more and more with people's channels and stuff like that. Started seeing people like Everard Junction, New Junction, all the kind of like the big names that come up as recommendations at first, and was quite inspired by their work. But then I started seeing all these other channels that were coming through as well. So like Alan from Buckland Junction, I started watching some of his stuff and thought it was great, and I was like, well, I could do that too. So yeah, I think it was the influence of everybody else, but I had been into it previously. So sorry for rambling on, but yeah, that's the kind of background to why I'm doing this at the moment. Yeah, GWR, I totally agree with that, and that's why I've kept DC on there. I did inherit, some really nice sort of steam locos and stuff, and I wanted to, kind of keep that going. Mine started watching Peaks 47, Moldy Raspberry. Yeah, Peaks 47. Yeah, I must admit, I think when I first started my channel, it was all going to be about the LMS and stuff, and I was really into watching that. I've kind of sort of diverted a little bit now from just doing like the LMS and the LNER, and I've gone a bit more sort of diesel and modern image stuff. But yeah, some of those channels, that just the attention to detail is just mind blowing. I don't think I'll ever reach that, like those kind of heights in some of their details and stuff. But as long as I feel happy, that's all that matters, isn't it? It's not about being the best of the best. For me, it's more about kind of showcasing what I'm doing, but then also the networking in the people that I meet and stuff. Like Mark, for example, and Ben, for example, potentially wanting to meet up on heritage sites and stuff like that. For me, that's a lot more valuable than just having this channel. It goes a little bit further, if that makes any sense. It does in my head. Yeah, I think some people's stories of model railways is pretty similar, really. I had all my children. I met my wife. I got married. I've done like my career. I've worked through hotels, pubs, restaurants, and then on to retail and stuff. So I've done a big chunk of career stuff, working lots of hours, and it was. I don't know where I was going with that. Completely forgot. Yeah, that's why I got back into it now. It kind of felt like the right time. And yeah, Brian. Sorry, one person I probably didn't mention was Barnabas Junction as well. He was another one that I think with the YouTube Tuesdays, I got more into finding out that people were doing live streams and stuff, and he was actually really kind and promoted my channel a few times. I think he helped me get to sort of my first 200 subscribers. I think he sort of found my channel at the very beginning as well. So people like that have kind of helped me along the way has been absolutely fantastic. And it's all about the community, isn't it? It definitely was something to get through COVID. I know that there was a lot of people doing streams. I know um, people were putting out videos and stuff like that. I suppose everyone being stuck at home, they had a lot of time to do all those kind of things. Dino, thank you very much for popping in. Take care. There's loads of good channels. I spend most of my days watching YouTube. Yeah, if only I could get paid to watch YouTube. Like I say, I do try and catch what I can, or just even listening in to some of the videos whilst I'm at work on the headphones and stuff. That's one that I do enjoy doing. Never had a layout before, and mainly stuck to artworks and diorama. So this tutor's goal with my first layout, and I wanted to concentrate on scenery and get my confidence in learning new skills. Absolutely, Jay. And I mean, there's so much out there of people showing you how to do things and stuff like that. And I think for all the want in the world, that you'll never be exactly the same as what somebody else does. So, practicing and stuff like that, doing test bits before you go whole hog is my best advice. If you're doing something like static grassing, for example, I just did a little test patch just to get a kind of feel for it, because I didn't want to be disappointed that it wouldn't work. But yeah, there's loads of channels out there where you can get a load of inspiration. And I think, for me, going on these heritage stuff and actually seeing things, if you can weather something, anybody can kind of do it, then I'm sure you will be able to. And I look forward to seeing what you do with TT as well. That sounds quite interesting. Tim, I think there was a couple of people that have posted on YouTube about a few problems with the Class 92. I've not personally got one, but there might be somebody in the chat that does. Brian, thank you very much for joining. Good night to you, sir. An American doing Germany the big falling figure. Hey, Clybridge, maybe what you could do is a little bit of a sort of a explanation video into the bits that you do. I'm just going to move the camera around again. Just trying to keep some of the camera angles a little bit more interesting. Mike from Pudnam Junction, welcome and thank you for joining. Sorry if you popped in earlier and I didn't see you. So thanks everybody for joining. I've really appreciated quite a few of you turning up, taking the time out of a Saturday to listen to me ramble on. Ever thought of modelling a ripped up section of railway, Mark? What, like kind of a disused line or something like that? I was going to add in, just where that Class 47 is, I was going to add in a little line just behind it with like kind of a disused kind of like track and stuff. I'm hoping that's what you mean. Oh, where the impressions are left from the ground. Now that could be quite good. Never really thought of that. I thought of like doing like a sort of overgrown train track and stuff, but not with the impressions left from the ground. There's quite a few places local to where I was born in Harpenden, and they've got a disused railway line, which is now a bit of a walk, but you can still see some of the bridge work, and it's a thing called the Nicky line. So if you ever look up the Nicky line in Harpenden, I think it was Harpenden to Hemel-Hempstead, they've actually got some old walkways and stuff there. So yeah, that could be quite interesting. I didn't really think of that, so I might have to pinch that idea. Hi, Mark from Donegal Dad Rail. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you're well. Just down from the loft and my back is in bits. So yeah, I can imagine. Well, it's good to see that you're getting some time up there and stuff, but yeah, I remember just laying the flooring down in here was enough to do like my knees and back in and stuff. But it'll be worth the pain in the end, I'm sure. Especially when you get starting like building that layout and stuff, you'll really enjoy all the hard work and graft that you put into it. So I'm hoping that in the spring that I can get some of the insulation done up on the other side. So the one behind me that you can see here, that's already got like insulation felting over it on that side. But where I had the tiles replaced on that side, It's now just got a double layer of the undersheeting before the slates are on. So I do need to actually cover the joists and stuff over there. I'm not far from Stevenage. Oh, my uncle lives in Stevenage. Used to spend quite a bit of time over there, and Hatfield as well. Did your loft come already boarded, or did you have to configure it before starting your railway? Yeah, I had to board it all up myself. So yeah, 25-foot space, 25 foot by 11 foot was all boarded up. Hopefully, I can start baseboards at the end of February. Oh, nice one. That's great progress, Mark. Oh, that would be great. Jay, I know Harpenden and Hemel Hempstead very well. Yeah, I mean, obviously with Hemel, that's part of Hemel Hempstead is the first part of my channel name, because that's from where my grandparents were born. So that's the links into Hemel Hempstead. Yeah, I mean, I technically should have done the insulation before, and I'm glad I kind of didn't pay any money to put insulation in, because then when I did, or when I had the builders do all of the roof and stuff, everything was ripped apart. They had to put new purling in, so I'm kind of glad that I didn't spend any money on putting any insulation on that side. Luckily, the side that they with the insulation on that's there, the purlin hadn't warped or anything on that side, so that was absolutely fine. So I've left that as that is. It's just now this side that was worstly damaged, well, mostly damaged on this side. So that will be the side that will have to do it. So where I built my layouts, it's not that the tables, I've still got about a foot space between the rafters and the layout. So I have actually got enough room to be able to get in and out of there. Yeah, I do have. I'm quite lucky in the space that I do have here. So um, this half of the room, should I say, that it's in. So I have a chimney breast in between, but this was actually like one cottage, and then it was converted. So there was a cottage next to it. So it's two cottages that have been converted into one. So there's quite a big loft space. And with this type of property being quite old, so it's over 100 years, you don't have all of the rafters that kind of and supports that come up. It's just a really big high roof and stuff. So I don't really the only part I do need to crouch down is just at the very sort of corner there. But inside space here is absolutely huge. I'll show you. It's not shining the light too much. I don't know if you can kind of see on that camera. Let's see if I can show you with this. But yeah, it's all kind of just big open space. And I'd say that side's kind of done. But then if I hang you around, try not to get my head in the way. So that side is the new side that's been done. So that's the side that I'll need to insulate on there. Set that back down. So yeah, I mean it's really nice. It's nice and open and stuff, and that's the whole reason I kind of set it up this way. Really, was to have a decent space up there. I mean, to be honest, it's what 6 or 7 degrees outside. I've only got insulation on one side, but it's not absolutely terrible up here that it's freezing. Um, I don't. Yeah, I've got a big hoodie on and a long sleeve t-shirt on, and it feels okay up here to me. I'm not really too sort of concerned about it being that cold. Just obviously with the heat and stuff, that was pretty unbearable. But I couldn't get up here anyway. Um, so yeah, it'd just be nice if I can get some of that reflective foil wrap just to bounce some of the heat back out a little bit, and then equally it will keep a little bit of the heat in. Bernie, you're not a moderator on your channel. Yeah, can you put my link in? Not. Don't know how I do it from here. It looks very spacious. Maybe as compared to my little entrance. Linking on my phone. Oh, that's not Kurt. My link on phone, laptop in the loft. Let me see if I can get your channel link up for you. Oh, there you go. Digger's beating me to it. See, that's why these people are mods on other channels, because they're quick at doing it. Thanks, Digger. I mean, yeah, to be honest, any space is it is what you make it. Obviously, everybody wants the biggest layout possible. But I mean, you can have a little board layout and it looks fantastic. So we've got a loco stop. No, yep, no, thinking about it. Well, the stream's going to come to an end any minute anyway, so I think it's given up the ghost on that one. So I think I'll select loco. See, this is the thing. I think no, 6021, no, 6012. So it'd help if I can never remember loco numbers. I don't know if I've even got that number right. Yeah, I think I have. Yeah, awesome. Which is going on nicely. If you're interested in hobbies, if you've got a video from there. Oh, you're in Wigan. Don't know how far that is from me, but Somebody has to be. Ouch. Right, let's bring this one round. And I'll pop this one onto solo. No, I'll just leave it as it is, actually. I'll bring those into stop. Right, so it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to call it a day on this stream. I don't want to overdo it, and I don't think I have the powers in it to do a 5 or 6 hour stream like Bernie or Bernie or Alan. Yeah, I don't think I could go on for that long. But it was just really just to kind of get back into the swing of doing a live stream again. I do hope that you've enjoyed seeing a couple of little bits and seeing me back up in the loft. There's going to be a lot more updates coming up with the time that I will be in here and stuff. So yeah, hopefully look out for some future videos that will be coming up. So thank you ever so much, everybody, for joining. Thanks for all your kind comments and for all your support. It's been really great to see everybody like subbing to each other and stuff like that as well. And I really appreciate that you've taken the time to come out, or not come out, but to come onto this stream and join in. So thank you very much, everyone. Take care, and I will speak to you all soon. Thank you so much for joining. All right, I'm going to go. So thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.